Hello YouTube, Deicide17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and welcome back for another collection update. I have a lot of stuff to show, and actually I'm not even going to be showing it all in this video. I'm kind of holding off on a bit of stuff because I kind of want to do a kind of specific collection update or collection updates, kind of a lot of what's up there. So anyway, like I said, I still have a lot to get through regardless, and I don't know, I've kind of been ridiculous lately. I've been buying way too much, and I've kind of spread myself a little thin in terms of listening to stuff, so I haven't listened to everything as much as I would like, just because there's so much that I'm trying to listen to, and there's only so much time to listen to it. I probably should not have access to the internet. Anyway, let's just get going because, yeah, let's just go. Here we go. In the background, we're listening to the new Vaultwraith, Light the Candle in Honor of Devils. Let's turn it up. Alright, here we go. Let's organize this a little better here. Okay, first one up. This one's really cool. Been waiting to get this material for quite a while. This just came out a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, here it is now. It is the Canterbury Tales by Chaucerian Myth. This is the Super Deluxe Edition or whatever it was called. Comes with the Obi strip, limited to 100, minus number 36 written here in gold, and also comes with the Chaucerian Myth pin there. Anyway, comes out awesomely well packaged. From Out of Season. I think maybe Foreign Sounds had a part in it as well, but I got through Out of Season, so we're going to give it the credit to them at least. As always, I love to give Out of Season money because, like I said, their packaging is so well done, and generally speaking, the stuff that they release comes from artists that I also enjoy. Like I said, this is Dungeon Synth. This was originally released as a 4-cassette release, also through Out of Season. I think maybe 2016. I didn't even know Out of Season existed at that time, so I obviously missed it because I think there's also a repress of it. Anyway, this time it comes out awesomely on CD. Out of Season, please continue releasing CDs. Anyway, if I'm honest, I had actually never listened to this material prior to getting this CD. Just the idea of what it was intriguing enough for me to want to get it. If you're not familiar, like I said, the name of the album is the Canterbury Tales, and as you might expect, that relates to the book by the same name. And if you've not read that, it's been a while for me. But it's broken up into individual little chapters based on one specific person's point of view, and that's kind of what's going on here with this release. Is it's just like Knight's Tale, Miller's Tale, Reeve's Tale, Cook's Tale, all the way through all the songs like that on the 3 discs that we got going on here. Like I said, I had not listened to this. I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I had no idea that this is like freaking hella long. Over the 3 discs, it's like 3.5 hours. I was like, whoa, not expecting that. Several tracks over 10 minutes long. So yeah, I've only listened to this once. Was a cumbersome listen, but I enjoyed it a lot. I was not let down. It's good, solid, I wouldn't even say solid, just above average Dungeon Synth. It's probably, I wouldn't say I like it as much as Cobbled, but the inside sort of just gives I actually haven't read through this, and I want to. And actually, even the length of the album makes me kind of want to like listen to it while reading through the Canterbury Tales. I don't think it's really, if I remember right, I don't think it's very long, so that might even be possible. Anyway, that's what, kind of the inside of it here as what if I have to surmise without accuracy. This sort of just gives a brief overload of what maybe it's going on in the song, or a feeling or something like that. Anyway, I tangented, and I don't know what I was talking about anymore. Anyway, super long. I've only listened to it once. What I was actually talking about was, I don't like it as much as Cobbled, but like Cobbled, it's the one that most kind of reminds me of like kind of old school like role-playing game music. And actually, there's even some more stuff that reminds me of Nubao Uematsu, Final Fantasy stuff at times. So anyway, I really enjoyed this. I need to spend a lot more time with it. Like I said, it's 3.5 hours, so you got to kind of invest some time if you want to sit down with it as a whole. But anyway, just with the one time through, I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, so if you're into Dungeon Synth, definitely go check this one out. I think there's a link for it on Bandcamp, so you can check it out before you buy it. I think the hardcore version is all sold out, but I do think there are regular versions left. So, but I would act fast because I don't think they're probably gonna last. Anyway, awesome Dungeon Synth, Chaucerian Myth, the Canterbury Tales from Out of Season. Go check it out if you like Dungeon Synth. Alright, next one up. I think this just came out recently, or maybe I missed when it came out, but I was like, oh yeah, this came out, went to go buy it, and was glad to finally pick it up. This is another split. This one coming from a band that I love out of Belgium, Perverted Ceremony, just grimy as fuck, black metal, just evil shit. Along with a band, I'm now forgetting where they're from, Witchcraft. I'll flash up on the screen, I can't remember. Anyway, like I said, also black metal. This one definitely is much more on the kind of a raw black metal kind of sides of things. Their album's called Black Candle, Invoker, and the Perverted Ceremony side is called Nighermanice, I guess is maybe how you pronounce it. Not a real word, so I'm not really sure what it means. I'm assuming it probably has something to do with night, but that's just a guess. Anyway, killer stuff. Love Perverted Ceremony. Like I said, just grimy, dirty stuff by Perverted Ceremony. Just the vocals are just evil. Just the production, as usual, just sounds dirty and nasty. Just awesome stuff. I love everything Perverted Ceremony has released so far. Has been just absolutely fantastic. Here's the inside here of the liner notes. What is it? 4 tracks, I think, from Perverted Ceremony. Yeah, and then 3 from Witchcraft. I do like the Witchcraft. It's pretty good, but it's nothing that I am in love with. But Perverted Ceremony, if you like any of their other stuff, definitely go grab this split right away because you're gonna like this stuff too. Because as usual, they just hit it out of the park. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I'll just continue supporting Perverted Ceremony until they start putting out bad material, which I'm not sure when they would do that. Here's a picture of, I think this is what the cassette album art looks like, somewhat. This is a little dude that's on the CD here. Anyway, awesome stuff. Split for Perverted Ceremony, Witchcraft. Awesome stuff. Go check it out. Let's just listen to this solo. Vaultwraith. Go check it out. At the same time, when I was picking up the Perverted Ceremony split, I was just checking to see out what else was around and maybe looked interesting. And I saw this and I was like, oh, I had no idea they were even releasing new material, and I immediately grabbed it. And that is the new mini album from Metalucifer, Heavy Metal Tank. This is an awesome band if you're not familiar with them, out of Japan. Just like kind of no frills, hard rock, traditional heavy metal. Just really cool stuff. Maybe a little tongue-in-cheek, I would say, probably, as all their albums are sort of This one's called Heavy Metal Tank. Then we have, I even pull down some album art for us because they're pretty good album art. So we got like Heavy Metal Drill, Heavy Metal Chainsaw, Heavy Metal Bulldozer is another one. How do you spell Metalucifer with an M? It must be right here. Yeah, here we go. Heavy Metal Drill, obviously Standing in the Fire is an additional. Also I'm Standing in the Fire with the Heavy Metal Chainsaw on this one. Here he's with the Heavy Metal Bulldozer. And then Method Man, which is not a Metalucifer album, but it was just part of the stack that I grabbed. Anyway, like I said, tongue-in-cheek stuff, but that doesn't mean the heavy metal doesn't rule. And wow, I was kind of blown away with how awesome this release is. I think I might even say this is probably my favorite Metalucifer album to date. It's a mini album, like I said. The LP version just has the 6 tracks on it. This CD version has some bonus tracks, like 5 extra tracks, has some Japanese versions of the songs, which I think just means that they're in Japanese language as opposed to English, and just some other songs they've released on other stuff before. But anyway, the LP version just has the 6 tracks, which does have the Japanese version of Heavy Metal Drill on it. But otherwise, all the other tracks are new, and man, they freaking rip. Just awesome, good, catchy riffs, enjoyable, even sing-along choruses, solos that are freaking awesome. I would be surprised if not 1 or maybe even 2 or 3 solos from this album don't make my end of the year list. Awesome stuff. Yeah, really excited with this release, because not that I dislike this band or don't like them a lot or anything, but definitely was not expecting the powerhouse release that I got here in Heavy Metal Tank. I do have to say I'm a little disappointed. Not that I don't like the album art, but I sort of I don't know. There's something about the tongue-in-cheek photos, the live action aspect over the drawing aspect sort of just is preferable to me, I guess, in that tongue-in-cheek regard. But that's just a minor gripe, because like I said, riffs, solos, and fun. That's what you're gonna get here on this Heavy Metal Tank release from Metalucifer. In fact, let's go check out some right now. This one up is another split. I actually don't think I realized how many splits were in this collection update, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, this is a cool one. This comes out released on Headsplit Records, I think, right? Yeah, Headsplit Records. This is Oxygen, Destroyer, and VHS with Category 3 Kaiju. This is a cool one. 2 tracks from both artists released on this beautiful looking green, Kelly green, whatever cassette. Cool stuff. If you're not familiar with these artists, Oxygen Destroyer is definitely a super energetic, quasi-thrashy death metal artist, and definitely I think this is the most death metal-y I think I've probably heard them, and I like it. They're from my own state in Washington. I think Seattle's maybe where they're out of. VHS was new to me. I think they're from Canada. I'll flash up on the screen if I'm wrong. They're much more like a death metal, like grindcore kind of thing going on. Pretty cool stuff from them too. Not as much. I don't like them as much as the Oxygen Destroyer, but it was still good, solid stuff for a band that was new to me. Anyway, good stuff. Go listen to this band. Support Headsplit Records. Although I don't think I actually bought this from Headsplit. I think I just bought it off Bandcamp. But it comes in this clear with the red back cassette, which is pretty cool. Anyway, good stuff. Yeah, go check them out. right, next one up, and this one has been pretty hyped amongst the the vinyl community, the people on Instagram that I follow and stuff. And I have to say, I think the hype is actually pretty real on this one. This is I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Valac, with leaning towards bitter misery. This is some raw black metal out of the US. And like I said, this has been getting some pretty good hype, and yeah, it's pretty good. I really like this one a lot. I would even go as far as to say this is some of the best raw black metal that I've actually ever heard. This is some really good stuff. I think that the production has that perfect point of like sounds muffled but sounds really good at the same time. The riffs are just actually awesome, like super riffy black metal. Comes on this beautiful red tape. Another clear with the red back cassette, 2 in a row. That's kind of fantastic. Awesome on red. Anyway, this is fantastic. If you're into raw black metal, you're already aware of this release. It's going to actually. I'm almost certain that someone on Instagram was showing this, and I went and listened to a few tracks, and I was like, "Damn, this is really good." I went to the site Appalachian. What is it? What's the label that released this? The Appalachian Noise Record sticker that looks like Pabst. I went to their website, I think, and it was sold out, and I was like, bummer. Anyway, so I ended up even actually ordering on digital, and then I went on vacation, and while I was like on in the air, like a CDR version came out, and like immediately sold out, so I missed that. And then I don't know, I think I was like, sorry, I went and typed it in on Bandcamp or something again, and I realized there was more than one entry for the artist, and so actually that's how I found there was still cassette versions. Ordered it through, I think, actually Appalachian Noise's Bandcamp page, so that was cool. Then another CDR version came, and I actually briefly thought about grabbing that, but I was like, I already have the cassette version, so didn't buy it. And then it wasn't too much long after that it sold out. Anyway, I'm not sure why I explained all that, but anyway, awesome raw black metal. Like I said, the riffs are just fantastic. That's what I really like about this a lot. I think the riffs are just really, really good. The vocals are pretty strong too. I don't think I mentioned anything about those. Anyway, awesome stuff. Raw black metal. If you're into that kind of thing, I definitely recommend you check this out if you haven't done that already, because yeah, it's really fantastic. Valac, leaning toward bitter misery. I wanted to mention too, with the Appalachian Noise Records also threw in a Magic the Gathering card with it, which I thought was funny. I did enjoy that they threw in red, and it was very thematic. I only play old school Magic, which is a made-up format that is growing in the community. I'm pretty sure. I think this is Innistrad set, I want to say. Anyway, it's one of those cards that, like, if you're familiar with how Magic it works, that transforms, and so he transforms into a werewolf. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Even though this is not a card that I would use, or if I didn't even play Magic. Anyway, I just thought it was a cool little throw in. So thanks for Appalachian Noise for the fun little token of fun. Next one up, this is a long overdue purchase, so thanks to Eli of Dark Hymns from the Cold North, I think that's what his channel's name is, for prompting me to buy this. He recently did, I'm not sure if he actually ranked them. I think he actually just went through his Deicide discography that he owned and just talked about them as he went through them. And anyway, I watched that. While watching that video, I actually made myself realize I actually had more Deicide albums than I actually thought. But anyway, I just happened to, comment saying, one of the albums I don't have is Legion. I probably need to buy it one of those days. And he replied back to them like, dude, you need to get Legion. So I just, on the spur of the not real peer pressure, and I just ordered it immediately. So it finally came in, and yeah, now it's in my collection. So yeah, Deicide, Legion. I'm sure if you are familiar with death metal at all, you are familiar with Deicide. Florida death metal pioneers. I don't know if I want to say pioneers. They were definitely one of the first early bands doing it. This is their second album, Legion. I think this is oft considered people's favorite. Maybe, I'm not totally sure if that's accurate or not, but I definitely feel like I maybe hear that, but that might not be true. It's not really based on evidence. It's more based on memory, and you know how faulty that can be. Folds out for lyrics on the inside. Anyway, this is a good release. Just super amazingly solid, like just top tier, old school death metal, Florida style. I still definitely wouldn't say this is my favorite album. Randomly enough, I would say Serpents of the Light is probably my favorite. I know people. I know it's sort of a mixed album for some people. Some people don't like it that much. Some people do like it a lot. But it definitely isn't, I think, typically an album that I think a lot of people say is their favorite. But anyway, I like that one a lot. Let's see if we can pull. Well, let's see what actually I do have in terms of their albums. We'll do a brief one. Is this a Deicide album? Yes. I think it's this. What is this album? I know this one too. So yeah, I actually have a decent size now that I can actually just pop this in here. Decent collection from Deicide. What is it? 7 albums. That's not bad. Got the debut album, which I actually do like that one a lot. This is probably, I don't know, 3rd or 4th for me. Then Legion, like I just showed you. And then Once Upon the Cross. This is probably my second favorite album. Another just solid old school banger Florida death metal album. Serpents of the Light. This is the one that I said is my favorite. I'll probably have to maybe go through the discography again. Maybe give myself a 2019 opinion. But as of right now, this is the leader in the house. And then comes Incineratum. I think this is the next album in a row. This is a solid one. I know this is one of the albums they said they just kind of like bullshitted through to get out of Roadrunner's label. But anyway, if nothing else, Bible Basher is a fucking classic. And then I don't have, I missed, I'm not sure how many albums are in between. Then I picked up a couple albums with the Jack Owen, what's the other dude's name? Ralph Santola era. This one, I think, like Eli said, I think Stench of Redemption, this one. This is a really underrated album by Deicide. I think sort of the Glenn Benton's reputation coupled with the Hoffman brothers. Also, we'll go with the word reputation. I'm sure people are sort of maybe hesitant with this one, but I like it a lot. The solos are fantastic from both Santola and Owens, both killed on the solo front. Yeah, just good stuff overall. Yeah, I like this one. And then I think the last album I have here by Deicide, I think this is the album that came out just after this one. This is Till Death Do Us Part. Slipcase comes with the Glenn Benton for President patch. Yeah, I guess I would go with that maybe. Yeah. Maybe, barely. Anyway, this isn't a super great album, but I think this is a nice, good, solid follow-up. It definitely has sort of a similar sound to the Stench of Redemption, but I don't think it's as good. But anyway, what's going on here in the middle? Oh, earache, mail order in the middle of it. I'm not sure why I'm keeping that, but I'm going to put it back in there again, so in 10 years when I open this up again, I could be like, why am I keeping this? And then put it back on the line notes once again. Anyway, there's a brief stop through my Deicide collection. I'm not sure why I did that. Probably because I talked about Eli doing that. And anyway, so there you go. There's my Deicide collection. Good stuff.
Bring the victims of
one up. Yep, this is the half of an order that I did with Redstream, which I don't know if I've ever ordered anything from Redstream before, but this sort of just, at least as a seller on Discogs, a name I'm sort of familiar with. Like again, I'm not sure if I've ever ordered anything from them before, but I definitely was familiar with them. Anyway, here's half of my order. The other thing I ordered will be in the other video I was talking about earlier in the video. Anyway, pumped to add this one to my collection. This is, I think this is the second album from the Russian pagan folk metal band Pagan Reign. I'm not sure how you pronounce, can't even bullshit it. That's the name of the album. That's in Russian Cyrillic characters, or whatever the term is for that. So can't even guess. That's one of the things actually. That was the thing that I've grown to love about Pagan Reign, is the fact that you know, that's how they title all their stuff in their songs and everything. Is I love the idea, you know, at least, you know, something in like is in Finnish or Swedish or Norwegian, you know, he uses the same letter characters that English uses, so I can at least bullshit a sounding of the word, even though it's probably wrong in terms of the accent and the pronunciation, etc., etc. But with this shit, you know, I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but you know, there's you know, it's not the same letters, so you can't even fake it. Anyway, not really a important aspect of the band's sound, but so I've just always enjoyed with this band. Anyway, like I said, this is a pagan folk metal band out of Russia. I actually think probably one of the best folk metal bands that there is. I think this band is kind of underappreciated. I just don't feel like I ever hear anyone talking about them. Really good stuff. They have a pretty good sized discography. I think I have 4 of their albums. I've been trying to complete their discography, but they actually, I don't know if they've been broken up or they were on hold or what the story was, but they've actually they've started releasing material again. They released an album last year and an album this year. I haven't listened to those ones yet, but this solo rips. But anyway, just kind of been quietly trying to grab the rest of their discs. This was a cheap price, so I grabbed it. Just still need to get, which I think is their first album, which again, I'm not going to tell you what the title is because I can't say it. Anyway, awesome stuff. This is just, like I said, fantastic folk metal. Definitely has does the whimsical thing well, but definitely still keeps the sort of, you know, it doesn't get into like Corpus Lani or Ailstorm kind of territory. You know, it sort of keeps the whimsicalness on leash, if you will, and sort of to a good, you know, I don't want to like say like to like a level that's good, because you know, there's times when you know, some of that stuff, Corpus Lani particularly, where, you know, I don't typically enjoy all their, you know, they're like ho, you know, like sing-songy drunk you know, beer kind of songs. But you know, so every once in a while there's one of those ones that's kind of okay. And just I would say generally the more like happy-go-lucky, upbeat, more style stuff from the whimsicalness of the folk metal isn't my style. Not bad, just not my style. And at least here with Pagan Reign, I think they keep it to a level that is my style, and so I appreciate that. Anyway, folk metal, if you're into it, and you've never checked out Pagan Reign, go check them out. If you're into Pagan Reign, but you've never listened to this album, go check it out. Yeah, Pagan Reign with this album I can't pronounce. This one's super rad. I've been waiting for this one to come in, and yeah, I've had the digital on Bandcamp. Listened to it a ton. I think actually it was my either September or October most played song of the month. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this is the 2019. It's listed as a mixtape, but I don't know. Mixtapes for me are kind of just albums, so that's how it's gonna go. This is a Campfire from Lucy Camp. Lucy Camp, if you don't know, I'm new to her, or you know, I think I maybe discovered this album, pre-ordered like in August or something, based on one track, Deicide, which totally just like crushed my skull with how awesome it was. Rapper out of somewhere in California, I can't say exactly where. Yeah, good stuff, just super good just a good flow. The beats are pretty good, nothing super fancy or anything, but I do enjoy the beats a lot. Has kind of a I wouldn't say very not very singy, but there's kind of some some singing-ish vocals, which I think she does well. Anyway, just was super impressed overall with this album when it finally came out. All the tracks came out. I was like, man, this album is so good. This will definitely be in my top list somewhere. Super love it a lot. Don't show a whole lot of rap on here. I wish I showed more. I wish I listened to more rap. There's sort of just running out of time and I can't check it all out. But anyway, was able to check this one out and was super impressed with it. Yeah, awesome stuff. If you like rap, check it out. Campfire from Lucy Camp.
Next thing I know, I feel the tubes down my throat. Can't move how I want, can't say what I need. Do I feel like if they don't take the tubes that I'll choke?
Alright, next one up. This is actually the second release by this artist in 2019, and that's another good one. This is it's not called it's called Voyagers by Starfarer. This is a synthwave artist, also out of California. Like I said, this is the second release from this artist in 2019. They released Into the Unknown like January, February, March, something like that. Really great synthwave artist. Been really high on this artist all year. Definitely Into the Unknown, one of my favorite releases of 2019. Super fantastic synthwave. And like I said, this is another good one. One thing I want to really highlight is the opening track, To the Stars, featuring Elevate the Sky. Was not familiar with Elevate the Sky, but damn, I'm glad I know him now, because man, the dude rips it up on guitar on the opening track, just immediately right out the gate, just smoking good leads. Everything sounds awesome. Synth also is excellent. Just the combination of guitar and synthwave on the first track just absolutely destroys it out of the park. Guitar solo, oh my god, so good. Fantastic track. Definitely one of my favorite synthwave tracks of 2019. Killer track. It's good. Guitar solo, like I said, oh boy, really good. Might be on my top list at the end of the year. Really great stuff. Also, right into the second track, Final Approach. That one also is another killer track. Really enjoy that one too. Couple more features. Dawn, Your Sister's a Werewolf, also on here. Don't like this album, I would say, as much as Into the Unknown. That one's just super good. This one's a little more, I don't want to say laid back. I wouldn't say it's as overall as energetic as Into the Unknown, so I think that's probably why I like it as much. But again, still really like this one a lot. And if nothing else, that opening track, To the Stars, kills it. So yeah, synthwave, if you like it, go check out this one, Voyagers, Starfarer. Getting there. I'm going to do these next four together, as they all are from the same label and actually we're all in the same package. This is a release that's out of a synthwave label out of Russia. This is pretty much one of my new favorite synthwave labels. Pretty much everything they put out, especially like recently. Like, I like all of it. It's all really good. And yeah, so I've been just ordering all of their stuff almost. There's even like a handful of releases they've even put out that I haven't had the time to listen to, because like I said, I've like been out of control. Like I said, internet, I should not have access to it, and I haven't had a chance to listen to those. But I assume they're good, so I sort of feel like I need to listen to them soon. Anyway, let's get into the ones I have listened to and I have bought. This is a cool one. This is an artist out of Canada, I'm almost certain. This one popped up, immediately was out on CD. This is The Motion Epic with Midnight. Really like this album art. Not cover it up. Anyway, this is really good stuff. A lot of vocals going on this one, and the vocals are fantastic. Really poppy, really catchy. Yeah, I just really dig this release a lot. It was an artist I was not familiar with, but well, I guess actually I would say that about every artist in here. But anyway, awesome stuff. Very happy to have this one pop up. Yeah, just awesome synthwave, killer vocals. If you're into that kind of thing, if you like the vocals with the synthwave, go give this one a listen to it. Go give this one a listen, because I think you'll like it. Midnight from the Motion Epic. Next one up. This is one I've been waiting for a while. Oh man, is this from the? I think this person's from the U.S. For some reason, Sweden's in the back of my brain, but I think it's from the U.S. I'll correct myself. I'll say what's accurate here. This one popped up in the summer. I think actually 2 of these that I bought popped up the day after that Motion Epic popped up. Finally came out on CD. I was like, damn, I was finally glad to finally pick it up on a physical version, and that is the song or the album "Wake Me When It's Over" by Let's Talk. And one of the things I want to say I love about this album, as you can see here with the album art, that certainly is a reference to the movie Say Anything. One thing I love about this label is a lot of the art is like blatantly referential to 80s intellectual properties. Like there's a artist called Maverick, Sunset Waves, great album that looks like Top Gun. You know, this one obviously looks like I said, Say Anything, and there's another one coming up soon that sort of is the same thing. I think it's all the same artist. Don't know the name off the top of my head. I'll flash it up here on the screen because I really enjoy all of the art. I'm not sure if it's legal for them to be using on this. Maybe because it's in Russia, they can get away with it. But regardless of legality or not, I'm loving it. This is a great one. This kind of like is like the Motion Epic. Synthwave, a lot of vocals. Vocals are great. Really catchy, poppy stuff. So yeah, if that's your thing, definitely go give this one a listen because I think it's pretty good. Wake Me When It's Over from Let's Talk. All right, next one up. This is the one I was also referencing. This is Mr. Garfield with Back in '84. I want to say the artist from like Estonia or something. Again, not really sure. Saw a flash share up on the screen, so you can know for sure what it is. Anyway, like I said, Mr. Garfield, Back to '84. This one is clearly a reference to Back to the Future, DeLorean and all here on the cover. This one's pretty good. Yeah, just some good, solid synthwave. Maybe a little darker at times, which I kind of like. I wouldn't say overall on the whole album or anything, but you know, a couple tracks here and there definitely have sort of a darker edge to them, which I appreciate. Yeah, more synthwave, good stuff. Mr. Garfield, Back to '84. Check it out. All right, and then last one. I didn't actually order this one. I actually had done those 2 orders in 2 different orders, and so he shipped it all together. And I think just as appreciation, and also just as a combined shipping kind of a thing, since I paid for shipping twice. Threw in this release, which had just come out. I actually hadn't had a chance to listen to it yet when he told me that he was throwing it in, so I was pumped up about that. And yeah, this is called Magnavolt with Flashbacks Remastered. This is another artist where I can't remember where they are from. So this is another thing. I just last weekend I did a video all around the world with new Retrowave records. And one of the things I talked about in the video was that I just loved how I guess I didn't really explicitly say this, but how worldwide the synthwave genre movement is. All over the world, people are fucking loving synthwave. I'm one of them, and yeah. Anyway, so it's cool that it's a worldwide phenomenon, and then 2, that labels are releasing them from bands worldwide. And new Retrowave Touch Records. No, it's just Retrowave Touch Records is doing the same thing. Again, I'm not sure. I want to say this is a U.S. or Canada artist, but again, I'm gonna tell you for sure on the screen here, so we get our proper credit. Anyway, this is a good solid synthwave release. There's a fairly good amount of features on this one, some vocals going on. So a good mixed bag on that on this one in terms of the vocals versus straight up just synthwave stuff. So anyway, cool stuff. Magnavolt. I've only listened to this one like 1.5 times, to be honest. Like I said, I've been kind of swamped with a lot of stuff. My own fault, but I'm not complaining about it. But it's a good thing, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, good solid synthwave. Check it out. Magnavolt, Flashbacks Remastered. Last two, and I saved the best for last, at least in terms of collectability, collector scum kind of stuff. Awesome stuff. Happy to add these to my collection. Without further ado, let's just jump into it. These are two awesome test presses, Hoove Child Records releases from awesome bands, awesome releases. First, let's go with this one. This is a test press for the Midnight Dies self-titled demo. Awesome release. I've talked about this one a ton this year, and for a reason. It freaking rules. 3 tracks, one's a cover, just ripping stuff. Vocals are awesome, guitar riffs are awesome, solos are just like outrageous. Just fantastic stuff. I can't wait for more material from this band because they rule. Test press, 1 for 1. It's one of the cool things that makes it just such a cool collectible item for me. 1 of 1, it's the only one, so it's the only one, so that's kind of cool. So happy, he had stuff coming out of the vault, and was just very lucky to snag these. Thank you, Patrick. And then this one, this is the test press for Smoulder's awesome album this year, Times of Obscene Evil and Wild Daring. One of my favorite albums of the year. I think right now we're slotting at number 2. It rules that hard. Again, 1 out of 1. Fantastic. This actually makes it so that I have actually both of Smoulder's test presses, their full-length album, and their demo. So that's kind of a cool thing. Smoulder, killer band. Immediately fell in love when the Sword Woman demo was released on Bandcamp. It actually just was the one song, The Sword Woman. Immediately blew me away. Immediately fell in love with the band. So I feel kind of honored to have at least the cassette versions, the test presses for both the albums. So that's awesome. Again, thank you, Patrick, for the opportunity to grab those. If you have listened to either of those albums, I don't know. I've talked about them a lot. They both rule. Check them out. Yeah.
Out of the shadows, into the streets, out from the places, darkness and sleep. They're coming for you.
That wasn't as bad as I thought. We got through it pretty quickly, I think. Well, we'll see what the time is on the end of this video by the time we add the clips and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you're familiar with any of the releases I talked about here today, please let me know what you think of them, and otherwise, have a good day.